Hey, it's not Erica, and welcome to another vlog. In this episode, follow me on a quick trip to New Jersey for a wedding, and then a week-long getaway to Oahu, Hawaii. My long journey from California to the East Coast started with a layover at DFW Airport and a very welcome pit stop at the Capital One Lounge. This is one of my favorite lounges, and I'll pick long layovers at Dallas just so I can chill here sometimes. Food and drinks are free, so I always stuff myself as much as I can and take some to go too. The bathrooms are also very spacious and clean, so you can freshen up or take a rare, comfortable private poop at the airport. Many hours later, I finally landed at Newark, where my boyfriend came to pick me up and whisked me right away to family dinner. I was so embarrassed to see everyone in my bummy airport clothes, but it was no biggie, and we enjoyed a quick dinner before heading to our hotel. The next day was wedding day, but also Mother's Day, so we went for a Mother's Day brunch with my boyfriend's family to a Korean seafood restaurant, where we ate so much I was so stuffed and worried I wouldn't fit in my dress. Brunch ended up taking longer than we anticipated, so we only had like 30 minutes to get ready for the wedding and get there in time for family photos. The venue was so gorgeous and the wedding was so beautiful. My boyfriend's cousin was the groom, and he is such a main character. He truly was the star of the show that night, and we all had so much fun. I have never been fed so much food at a wedding before. It was literally endless food all evening, and we were still stuffed from brunch too. I don't know how I didn't explode out of my dress by the end of the night. We had to wake up at 3 a.m. the next morning to get the JFK to catch our early flight to Honolulu. I started my Hawaiian immersion on the plane by drinking like 4 cups of pog juice throughout the flight. And then 9.5 hours later, we were in Hawaii and finally checking into our hotel. We were actually here with my boyfriend's lab for a convention that was in town, and I was just tagging along for fun, so he actually had to go right away to check in and catch some presentations. Meanwhile, I spent like an hour cleaning up my foundation that had exploded in my liquids bag before finally getting to shower and get ready before my boyfriend got back for dinner. I had set a joke challenge for myself to eat a musubi every day during the trip, so I picked up my first musubi at a nearby ABC store before ending the night. The next morning, my jet-lagged boyfriend woke up at like 5 a.m. to walk all the way to Leonard's with his friend to pick up malasadas for us before heading out to the convention. I ventured out by myself to do some shopping, starting off at an ABC store, of course, to secure the sanrio goods. They have so much cute, exclusive Hawaii-themed merch, and they also had a bunch of special 50th anniversary items as well. And they also had a lot of cute non-sanrio items too. I wandered into this store called Kawaii Kawaii, and I'm so glad I did. They had a bunch of different accessories, so I picked up some earrings and a flower claw clip, and I got this flower pin for free for spending over like $15 or something. Then I ran into my boyfriend walking back from the convention. He didn't recognize me at first, so I had to go catch him, and then we went out for lunch. We were so full from lunch, so we walked it off with some shopping, of course, at the duty-free store. I'm a sucker for Miffy items, so my boyfriend bought me a little keychain. Alex had to go back to the convention, so I dropped off my haul and caught an Uber to my tooth gem appointment. I found this gal on IG who did tooth gems from her apartment in Waikiki, so I went over and she just did this for me in her living room. She was so sweet, and I love how they turned out. I took a nap until my boyfriend got back, and then we finally got to have some pool time at the hotel. Then my boyfriend had to go to a networking event in the evening, so I walked over to 7-Eleven and ABC to grab some snacks. We reunited for dinner and decided to grab some BBQ chicken to eat at the beach. It was a simple meal, but something about eating it on the beach with friends made it a little more special. The next morning, we woke up bright and early to go on a hike. This hike was not that long, but it was raining and the trail was very, very muddy, which made it like 20 times harder because I was trying not to get my feet soaked. And I'm a slow hiker even under ideal conditions, so I was struggling quite a bit. Regardless, this hike was so beautiful, and when I wasn't looking down at my feet to avoid mud puddles, I was able to appreciate the tropical flora and fauna that was novel to me.
Hello, chicken.
And at the top of the trail, we reached an overlook with gorgeous views of Waikiki Beach. After washing off the mud, sweat, and tears from the hike, we walked over to a food truck area near our hotel for some lunch. For dinner, we met up with my boyfriend's lab mates at this gorgeous Mediterranean Turkish restaurant. After the meal, we separated from the group with a friend and walked over to Don Quixote. Donkey in Japan changed my brain chemistry, so it was weird to go to one in the States. The stock was definitely not as diverse as the donkeys in Japan, but there were still plenty of items to rummage through. And this store also had like a grocery section. This day was our dedicated shopping day, so we walked over to the Ala Moana Center. But first food, of course, so we made a pit stop at Foodland Farms, which is like a local grocery store. They are well known for their affordable poke bar, which means this area was super crowded, and I got so overwhelmed trying to order, but I managed to make it out intact with a bowl. Our first shopping stop was Uniqlo for their Hawaii exclusive t-shirts. They had so many cute designs and I had so much trouble choosing one, but I ended up getting a Snoopy shirt. Then I ended up doing some damage at Hermes and Chanel because the low tax rate was just too good to pass up. I swear I'm paying for myself, but I was letting my boyfriend use his newly opened credit card to help him reach the minimum spend for a points bonus, but he kept getting declined, so I ended up having to use my card at Chanel. Then we had fun helping our friend shop around for a new wallet. This day also happened to be our friend's birthday, so the whole lab got together for a KBBQ dinner per his request. Before dinner, Alex and I picked up a cake at 85 degrees and secretly had the staff bring it out at the end of dinner. The conference was finally over, so we packed up and moved over to our nicer vacation hotel. We had a couple hours before check-in, so we left our bags with the hotel staff and went out to explore the new area. When we were in Japan last year, Lawson was our go-to konbini, so I was so excited to see one near our hotel. I picked up a Dole Whip dupe and my musubi of the day. Then we went to the mall nearby for the Mitsuwa marketplace, which is like a Japanese market, but they also have beauty items and other trinkets. But we were here for the food, of course. They have a variety of pre-packaged bentos, sushi, poke, etc., as well as a food court area with seating. Right next to the dining area is this huge Bandai gashapon stand, which I could not ignore. I had my eye on this Gear 5 Luffy figurine, so let's see if I get lucky.
I got freaking Cavendish! I got freaking Cavendish! Please, Luffy. Luffy or Kaido, please. What is it? I'm so happy! I'm so happy. I can't believe you got it.
It's necessary so that you could get Luffy.
Alright.
There wasn't a long line at Kona Coffee, so we decided to stop by and see what the hype was all about. I don't know much about coffee, but this banana chocolate croissant was really good. And finally, it was time to check into our new room. The bathroom wasn't as spacious as our first room, but we were lucky enough to get upgraded to a corner room with an ocean view on the 33rd floor, so I was not complaining. In the evening, we met up with our friend again for some more shopping and hanging out.
Just spread them out and keep my answers. The last guy, he kept coming in every day with the packs, and I did it for his heat page arena. 6 packs in a row. All of them were SMRs.
Our friend wanted to buy some Pokemon cards for his roommate, and the cashier guy was telling us he had like a 6th sense for picking good packs. So we let him go through this whole ritual to choose us a pack. It was very intense and very interesting. We decided to rent a car for one day so we could explore outside of Waikiki a little. Driving in Oahu is so scenic, and I loved seeing the greenery even around the highways. We stopped by this overlook and saw some baby chickens too.
Hello, chickens.
For brunch, we ate at Cinnamon's restaurant for their famous pancakes. Next, we drove over to Kailua Beach Park and found a nice shady spot to set up our chairs. I was super tired, so I ended up taking a fat nap almost immediately. When I woke up, we ventured down for some water time. The water was nice and warm and a gorgeous Baja Blast blue. Alex is not the biggest fan of water activities, so he was being a beach Grinch. We washed up and headed over to the Ho'omaluhia Botanical Gardens. The mountain views here were so stunning, and I wish we were able to spend more time here, but we got in like less than an hour before closing time, unfortunately. I still got to see a lot of interesting plants on the short trail to the lake though. We power walked to the lake and enjoyed the views here. There were a bunch of high school grads taking their grad photos here, decked out in leis. It was so cute. We hurried out before they locked the gates on us, and it started raining as soon as we pulled out of the parking lot, so we got lucky. I had told Alex before the trip that I wanted a cute sunset beach photo, so he scheduled in a little photo shoot before dinner. For dinner, we headed over to the Pig and the Lady without a reservation, and luckily they were able to squeeze us in at the counter. This is apparently a very popular modern Vietnamese restaurant in the area, so reservations fill up quickly. We had a delicious meal here, and I thought each dish had a very unique and memorable flavor combination. After dinner, we met up with some lab mates at the hotel pool for some drinks and chat, and our friend did her live pack opening, which unfortunately was a dud, contrary to the cashier guy's promises. Sunday morning was our no plans chill day, so my boyfriend picked up some McD's breakfast for us to enjoy on the balcony. Well, my boyfriend did have one plan, which was to watch the basketball game with a morning beer. After the game, we dragged ourselves out of the hotel for some exploring and stopped by Kona Coffee again for a pick-me-up. We wandered through Duke's Lane with plans to buy matching bracelets, but the coffee started working and my boyfriend had to quickly evacuate the premises to go poop, so we did not end up buying anything. We needed to go enjoy the infinity pool at our hotel at least once, so we donned our swimwear and headed out to the pool deck. My boyfriend thought my sunset photos from the day before were not sunsetty enough, so we headed out a little earlier this time to the beach for photos. Beach sunsets just hit different, and everyone was out just chilling together waiting for the sunset, so it was good vibes all around. Afterwards, we met up with the lab mates again for a final group dinner. We secured a free late checkout at 1 p.m., so luckily we didn't have to rush our final morning. My musubi a day journey finally culminated at the Musubi Cafe. I had been wanting to go here since the first day, but we never got the chance to squeeze it in. But it was kind of poetic having this as my final musubi of the trip. I also picked up some musubi merch to commemorate my accomplishment. We also did a final ABC store run for drinks and souvenirs, and we also cashed in our receipts for a free tote bag for spending $100 at the ABC stores. Then came the daunting task of packing. I was scared about going over the 50-pound limit and getting overwhelmed, so my boyfriend stepped in with his Tetris skills. Our checkout time was at 1 p.m., but our flight, which had already gotten delayed at this point, wasn't leaving until 10 p.m., so we had some time to kill. First, we got a not acai bowl from the Sunrise Shack. Then we went back to Duke's Lane to find our matching bracelets now that Alex was not having a bowel emergency. Somehow, my boyfriend had managed to secure a last-minute coveted resi at the famous Tonkatsu Tamafuji right at opening time, so we met up with our friend for an early dinner there. I was skeptical as this place was very overhyped, but I will say it was probably the best tonkatsu I've had. I don't know if it's worth waiting hours for, but if you like tonkatsu, I think it's worth trying to get a resi in advance for this place. After dinner, we walked along the beach and the mall to digest and enjoyed this little show before calling an Uber for the airport. The last and only other time I had been to Oahu was back in 2010 or something when I was in high school, so it was so fun revisiting this place as an adult and with my fave person. Hopefully in the future I can come back and visit the other islands next time. I had so much fun, so much food, and made precious memories on this trip, but I was ready to go home and rot. Well, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!